this is a fireman's stand right here. This is where, since this is an oil burner and not a coal burner, the fireman stands here and he controls the amount of oil that the engine uses with this handle right here, and he uses the amount of steam that's used to make the oil, atomize the oil so that it'll burn properly. So he controls the steam level here, and this is the blower that controls how much steam goes up the stack so that it can keep the fire burning efficiently. And then these are allowed to heat the oil, and this one allows us to clean it out. If for some reason it gets clogged in it, we can blow out the clog. And the gauge tells you how much pressure you're using to actually feed the oil into the fire. So if you look here, this is the firebox. Take a look down in there. Our firebox, there's a burner right down there at the very bottom, that little square thing down at the front. That's where the oil comes from. It comes out at a lot of pressure, sprays in like a spray can does, but really hard. And it sprays in here and it combusts within that area down the bottom where that brick is. So if you look forward, if we get out my light here, and you look forward, you can see the flues. Let's take a look. It's not a very bright light, so we'll try, okay? If you look there, you see the flues? Mm-hmm. That's where the exhaust goes through the flues, and they're surrounded by water inside the boiler, and it heats, it transfers as much heat as it can before it gets to the front end. All those flues have to be cleaned every year. We have to clean them individually. There's 128 of them. And then we have to scrub them out, and we have to replace them anytime they start to leak for any reason, because they tend to wear a lot. So normally when it's in operation, you can't stand right here. We have to keep the door shut because it's so hot, and the fire is so intense. So that's how that works, and you can close that, yep. Normally, you know, they'd shovel coal in there and there would be a grate and they would shovel coal on it, but this engine was converted to burn oil because it's a lot easier than shoveling coal. Much rather do that than shovel all day. If you walk over here, I'll show you, this is the engineer side. This is where the engineer stands. And normally all this junk isn't here, but we're not ready to go yet, so there you go. Alright, so this right here is the reverser valve. This controls the direction the locomotive goes in. So like that would be like neutral. And then this would say go forward, and this would say go in reverse. Okay? Up here, this handle right here is the throttle. This is how we control how much steam that goes to the cylinders. So we pull it out like that, and we can control how fast it will go, along with using the reverser to control what gear we're in, basically. And then, at this point, all the engineer has to do is look out this window. You open up this little window right here, like this, and we look out through that little hole, or we look out through the side by leaning over the side, and we control the throttle, the reverser, and the brakes. And the brakes right here, these are the brakes for the locomotive.
Here it comes!
It's past my house every 25 minutes.
It's our train!
Because when it's coming to a stop, it has to go very slow. Because it takes a long
There
time
it
to
is.
That's a big diesel engine.
Yeah, I think it's an 85-ton engine. They'll tell you on the train it's an 80 or an 85-ton engine.
I thought you were turning around.
I thought it was. Good job.
It's getting closer!
Now you'll stop at about the telephone pole.